Como no, también lo estamos pasando genial en esta última jornada de Cisco Live Cancún 2018, donde estamos aprendiendo también cosas súper interesantes. Y en este momento lo vamos a hacer también con uno de los keynotes de esta sesión, de esta jornada de Cisco Live. Y lo vamos a hacer hablando de los cambios que están produciéndose gracias a la tecnología, cambios que están transformando la sociedad, la cultura y están cambiando nuestro mundo concretamente. Y tengo la suerte, por lo tanto, de presentarles a una persona que es un elemento fundamental en Cisco dentro de esta transformación. Se llama Guillermo Díaz y lo tengo aquí presente conmigo. Guillermo, ¿cómo te encuentras? How are you doing, man?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm really happy you are here because you have a lot of interesting things to tell to the audience. They are here hoping to learn a little bit about your experience, your expertise, your ideas, and your background. So let's start by something really basic. Just saying what you are, the things you like.
Yeah. So who am I? I'm Guillermo Díaz. I'm the Chief Information Officer at Cisco. So I've been now at Cisco 19 years. I started when I was five years old. No. But you know, I've been on the journey in Cisco. I started as the infrastructure network person, and I went to do applications and learning different applications. So learning the technology from both sides, learning from infrastructure, learning from the business side, and bringing that together. And I'm really proud to be here. This is my ninth Cisco Live in Latin America, because before we used to have it in Acapulco, and now we have it in Cancun for the last 7 years. So this is really proud because all of these people are me. I am them inside of Cisco. So it's really important for me to be able to communicate, hopefully inspire, but also learn from them, right?
Actually, this is the idea of Cisco Live, getting an experience of interchange, sharing, and this is, I like your message. So one question, you're an expert of information and technology. What is digital transformation in your view today?
Yeah, so I mean, this is exactly what I talked about in the keynote speech. One of the things that we're all going through this. Everyone that you see here, we're going through the transformation. We're going through, our businesses are transforming. And at the heart of that transformation is technology. Every business, every CIO, every IT or CEO is telling us that technology is foundational to where they're going as a business, to accelerate their business. And that's the digital part. Technology is really the digital part. But the transformation part is really about how do we use technology to change our processes. How we move from, you know, like in our case, from a historical hardware business to software and services. How do we change our processes, but also our culture?
Yeah.
So it's technologies, the digital part that allows us to go faster, but the transformation really comes with how do we change the way we work every day and the behaviors that we have every day, which is the culture part. So it's all of those three things together. But I will add one more piece that we often forget about, which is the security part. So one of the things that we talk about in Cisco is that we're transforming the secure digital business, not just the digital business. Digital means go faster and make us, you know, optimize the process. Secure means we do it safely. So do it safely and faster. That's, I think, what we're talking about, right?
Interesting point. You are talking about things that we will cover during this interview, really interesting things.
Yeah.
And there is something funny of this situation because I like cosmology. Information is a capital thing to understand the universe, but it's also a capital issue, a capital thing to understand the world today of people. So how's the role of IT today in this transformation?
Yeah. So again, if I go back to the technology is foundational to the transformation, what group in your company or any company is at the heart of technology? It's IT.
Yep.
So it's a challenging time, but it's an interesting and incredible time to be in IT. You know, if you look every day, when you open your tablet or your smartphone, you see like you see an advertisement or you see
Yeah.
some article on how technology is transforming. We need IT to modernize our business. Artificial intelligence is going to change everything. We need to improve our employee and customer experience. But the other piece of that is oftentimes most IT people don't know how. Or they're going, okay, how do I run the business that I have while still innovating? And the reality is we have to do both. Is how do we drive operational excellence, making sure that we stabilize our business while we're going faster. So IT, there's never been a better time to be in IT, especially if we're doing this secure digital transformation. And so that's why I love it, and I love being around all these people, right?
That's great. You mentioned AI,
Yeah.
and this is a word that is being floating
Everything's
around.
AI, right?
It's
So
everywhere,
right.
everywhere you see AI. So I want to ask you about the future of IT.
yeah, AI it is transforming our business. I mean, if you look at some of the things that we're doing inside of Cisco, you talk about machine learning, how different algorithms help us learn more about our environments or help us learn more about our customers, how we take machine learning, but then how do we turn that into intelligence, right? So AI is an interesting one, and I think we're still trying to figure that out, is what is the difference between machine learning and artificial intelligence? But you see it everywhere. AI is going to change our world. But all of that being said, the data, the learning, I can tell you when I'm in my car sometimes, I'm thinking about golf shoes. And all of a sudden in my phone, an ad comes up about golf shoes. It's like, how does that happen, right? Is somebody listening to me? Is it all these different things that are going on in the background? Every tweet that you sent out, they're learning about us. It's like your digital twin is being built as you go through the daily activities. Your tweets, your emails, everything. Somebody's learning more about you. That's, I think, where AI is going. On the other side, we need humans. It's the human and AI coming together that's really going to drive a transformation. Right?
That's great. And then I would like to know about Cisco in this transformation. So what is the focus of Cisco related to the IT here in this context?
Yeah, so Cisco, if you think about us, we've been the network company. So all of these connections don't happen without the network. But the reality is today is you also have all of these clouds that are holding all of this data. Well, how are those clouds being connected? They're being connected through the network. Now, the one thing that I would add there, though, is with all of those clouds, you have to bring them together through the network, but how do you do that securely? Right? So all of these clouds bring more risk. So you have to be able to secure the data, you have to be able to secure the network, and all the connections to the cloud. So there's only one place that happens, and that's Cisco. Cisco is the network that connects the clouds and keeps us secure. And that's what we're talking about here at Cisco Live, but we're also doing that inside of Cisco. All of the things that we're talking about to our customers, we're doing inside of Cisco. I have a team here, and you may have seen them.
Yeah.
They're out there talking to customers. We call it Cisco on Cisco, and we call ourselves as Customer Zero, meaning that we're using the technology hopefully before we're getting it out to the customers, so that when we get it there, that we know it works better.
So then, I would like to talk a little bit more about how the society, how the world, the people, is changing together with the technology. So what's the influence of culture and people within this transformation?
Yeah, the culture is, I can't say enough about the culture. The cultures, it starts with people, it goes with people, and it ends with people. And if you don't bring the people and the culture along, then you're really not going to make the transformation. So the digital part is about the technology, but the transformation comes with the culture and the people. And in this world, where we're going so fast, is we have to make sure that our people have the skills, and that we're at events like this learning about how the network is going to connect everything, but how we were just in a session before I walked over on artificial intelligence. Right? So we're learning about how artificial intelligence is changing the world and how we're connecting all of these things. We're learning about things like blockchain. But this is changing our world. This is changing our behaviors, and if we don't change with it, then we're probably going to be obsolete at some point.
Definitely.
So we have to keep inspiring our teams to reskill themselves, to reskill ourselves. When I did my talk, I talked about we have to continue to learn, relearn, and unlearn. There's some things that we've done for 19 years that sometimes you have to unlearn them. And those are the behaviors that we sometimes have to let go. And that comes with culture, right?
That is, I think, is a perfect way of closing this conversation, because I think the human part of technology is really important. The technology is there, we have to decide how to use it.
Yeah.
And this is where human beings enter into the game.
It's the human and technology coming together
To create something.
That's the transformation, and that's why I'm glad to be in IT.
Oh,
Yeah.
Guillermo, it was amazing to have you here.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you shared your opinion, your ideas, and your view about this such an interesting topic here in Cisco Studio. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All of you, todos ustedes, muchísimas gracias por seguir ahí, porque estamos pasando una jornada última de Cisco Live súper interesante. No se pierdan lo que viene ahora, porque seguro que va a ser espectacular. Nos vemos pronto.